Alright, so far we've talked a lot about the shapes of the light that we're working with and the edges that they make and those sort of things. We haven't talked much about which colors to actually use. And I'll be honest, we could spend hours and hours and you could read multiple books on the subject like I have and still come away a little confused about how to get nice lighting colors and how to make them look realistic. And so what I want to try to do is condense this down to a couple of tricks and techniques shortcuts you can use to really make this process a little bit easier. And there's some stuff here early on that might be a review for some of you guys that have taken other courses, but I just want to kind of run through a couple of quick points real quick about how light works. So I've got a couple of different just colored circles here, and I'm going to use these red and blue ones here in the middle for now. So when you're picking a lighter color, let's say you've got a red object like I've got here, and I want to color that with some color. Well, the first thing you need to figure out is what color is your light source, okay? Because, you know, if it's a cool light source, it's going to have a different effect than if it's a warm light source. And, you know, what if it's kind of a neutral light, sort of like sunlight and that kind of thing? What you generally don't want to do most of the time is just use a lighter version of the same hue that you're already looking at. And what I mean by that is if I pick this red, sorry, I picked this color red here, and I go over to the color picker in Photoshop, well, a lot of people just think, well, I'm going to get a little lighter, and then I'm going to choose that color. Whoops. I'm going to choose that color, and I'm going to paint with that color. All right, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's not terrible. And then they want brighter, and there's nowhere else to go, so they get over here maybe, and it starts to look a little pink. And it's definitely getting pinker the brighter that I go across here, and it's like, well, that doesn't look bad. But what happens if I shift those colors a little bit and shift the hue a little bit? And the hue is this slider bar right here. Okay. So when I talk about the hue, we're really just talking about what color is it? You know, is it blue, green, yellow, whatever. All right. Now over here in this window, the hue goes around the color wheel like this. Okay. So this is changing the hue when I change this on the circle over here. Let's say that it really just depends on whether the light source is warm or cool. But let's say it's a warm light source, like it's a sunny day. Well, I'm going to pick my base color. I'm going to get a little brighter. And I'm going to also add a little bit of orange. Just shift it toward the temperature of the light, okay? So if the light's warm, I want to go warmer. If the light's cool, I want to go cooler. But I'm going to shift it a little bit more toward orange. All right, and I'm going outside the lines. Let me fix this. There we go. All right, so it's a little bit orange. And as we go further around, I'm going to keep shifting this more and more toward yellow. So I'm getting a little bit brighter, but I'm adding yellow each time. A little brighter, a little more yellow, a little brighter, a little more yellow. So right in the middle, it's really, really yellow there. But you see how much more warmth this has? And I don't really even mean that literally like it's warmer, but it just feels better because we've got this nice transition. And if you look at this on the color picker over here, starting in the reddish part, then we're getting more and more and more orange, more toward yellow. And that's kind of how more closer to what, or more closely represents what light does in real life, quote unquote, right? And the same thing works if this color would have been blue instead, like if it was a cooler light source. So again, I'm going to pick my selection here, and this time I'm just going to get a completely different brush, like a warm or a cool blue color, and just make sure the opacity is just not 100%. I want some of this to come through. And it's just a soft brush, and there you go. So that's like what a blue light source would look like. But if you look at it in the color picker, there's all this blending that happens. So like it starts in the red, and as we get more toward this blue, then that hue is shifting toward purple, okay, until we're all the way into blue on the other side. So same thing works over here. Same thing with a blue color. But how hard is it to go back and forth, switching these colors and shifting it and shifting and shifting it? So that's what I want to kind of show you guys a trick today. So I'm going to make a new layer on top, and I'm going to call it light, and I'm going to set the mode to linear dodge. Okay. Now Photoshop calls it linear dodge and then add in parentheses. Procreate calls it add mode, and it's not a mode that I hear talked about a lot, but it does a pretty good job of kind of duplicating that effect that we want without having to change colors every time. So if I go back to my red one over here, I'm going to pick a warm orange color here. And I'm just going to pick it one time. Let's say that my light is warm and I want it to be a warm light, so I'm going to pick that orange. And again, I'm going back to my brush, make sure that it's not 100% opaque, and just kind of lightly brush this in here. And let me make my selection again. Stay in the lines like a good colorist should. So lightly pressing, and then I'm going to make the brush a little bit smaller and do it again. And the brush smaller and do it again, all the way into the middle here. Now, I never switch colors here, but look at what happens in the color picker over here, okay? So we're starting with a really saturated red, which is probably too saturated, but for our purposes today, this will work. But as you watch as I color pick, you see that hue slider shifting more and more toward yellow. Okay, so it's getting more and more toward yellow till we get to right there, and it's almost pure yellow. All right, so I've got a built-in color shift here in this layer mode without having to go back and switch those colors over and over and over. And the same thing works on the blue in here. Let's get something that's not quite this saturated. Let's tone this down a little bit darker, a little bit less saturated. So we got a place to start that's not all the way saturated already. I shifted these colors a bit to get a little bit more range to work with. But if I pick another light, go back to my add mode layer, my linear dodge layer. All right, so now you can see, again, if you watch that color picker, you're going to see it start to shift toward that cool color. So it's going all the way from here, all the way down to this blue here. So we've got a built-in kind of color shifting, hue shifting effect by using that particular layer type. And the same thing works with even opposite colors. Let's say I've got a red object with a cool light source. Just get a bright blue light. All right, and if we look at it again, we're starting with this deep red, and the closer that we get to the center, you can see that hue getting more and more toward purple, all the way to almost blue over there. So this particular blending mode, this layer mode, just does a really good job of this. I like it better than screen and hard light, and lately I've been using it quite a bit. Now, in some scenarios where you have like let's say a bright sunshiny day outside, a lot of times you don't really want a strong color to your light. You're like, well, what do I do in that case? I know I shouldn't use white, or if you don't know, you should never just render with white. Well, I don't want to say never. I'll never say never, but it's generally not a good idea. So I gave you guys an example. I think we looked at this one already, but I wanted to show you guys what I did here to make this make a little bit more sense. So if I turn off all the direct light here for a second and try what I just did. Okay, so I'm just going to make a new layer and set it to that same linear dodge add mode, and we've got a warm light and a soft brush, and this isn't going to be perfect. We just want to use it as an example, but that orange looks pretty good on the red. right? You get this nice kind of bright orangey effect, and it's probably a little too dark, but all right, something like this. You kind of get the idea. But when you put it on the blue, it ends up looking off. It doesn't really work the same way, does it? Because we're kind of, instead of, you know, increasing the brightness of the blue, it feels like it's just kind of deadening it, and it's kind of pulling it toward this gray color. And the reason for that is because we're mixing a blue cool base color with a warm light source. So the only way those two can really connect to each other, they kind of have to travel through the desaturated gray parts of the color picker. And so you end up with, if I try this again with an orange light, you end up with this very desaturated kind of weird color, right? It just doesn't look quite as good as what it does on the red. So the trick that I do when I've got a, you know, quote unquote kind of neutral light source, or one that's really close to white, is on all of the red, or not all the red, but all of the warm objects, things like skin and anything that's red or warm, is I will use a warmer light. Okay, and maybe not quite as warm as what we've been doing, but I'll use kind of a warm light, and then just switch to a cooler light for the other area. This is a little too opaque, but yeah. But now I end up with this blue that still feels blue. Okay, so don't be afraid to mix up your light like this, and this is just, I know I've said this a million times, but this is just my way of working. This is my way of thinking through this stuff. If you have a different method or a better method, then by all means use it.